What is up, people? It is me, Monster58. Welcome back to another episode of Final Fantasy XVI. In the previous part, we ended up reestablishing ourselves at a new hideaway with a new character named Vivian Ninetails, and we're informed that Martha has gone awry from the rest and that she was captured by the Imperial Army. And so, without further ado, folks, let's head towards the Imperial. Let's head towards Blademont Abbey or Sorroweyes Bay, where she does keep her bearers.
That was no tavern brawl. It was a message.
But a culling. Bearers are the property of the Empire. The garrison wouldn't have the authority to act alone. The orders would have had to have come from higher up.
And I imagine his mother, would not be shocked. But yes, time to head towards that way. We also did establish, too, that Hugo Kupka is now moving, and that we might have a chance to do something with him as well. So, we'll see what happens there.
If those Orsons touch an hair on Martha's head, I'll kill them all myself.
Yeah, which means we better make our way even faster because, well, we need to get to her if something happened to her. So. Alrighty, when it comes to killing enemies like this, I'll probably end up cutting them because at the end of the day, we're just headed towards, this location, so.
Up ahead. Martha, are you hurt?
Don't worry about me. It's them at the Abbey who need you. You have to do something. Tell us what happened.
What happened? The damn Black Shields, that's what happened.
The Black Shields?
The bastards caught wind. The abbot and I were helping bearers. They were gonna hang us both. When the sick rose from their beds, poor souls turned on the Imperials. Distracted them long enough for me to get away.
Then, they may still be alive. Martha, do you think you can make it back to the inn? Cole is there with the other curse breakers.
I think so. Thank you, Clive.
Black Shields. Is this some sort of twisted joke? There has only ever been one Order of Shields in Rosaria, and they fought to defend all her citizens.
Seems a step too far. Even for the Empire.
Alrighty, well, at least Martha's alive, but we gotta keep it moving here because we gotta get to those bears and the people in general before we can rest knowing that they're okay and see if they're still alive. Damned Black Shield, seems like. And like Clive said, right, there was only ever one group of shields in Rosaria, and they were there to protect the people, not kill them. Spider.
Are we too late?
There might still be someone inside.
No.
Damn it.
I thought you lot were all spent.
Murderers. They drove the bearers to this.
Wait. These two aren't turned.
That bitch of an innkeeper must have sent them. Colluding with the enemies of the Empire is a serious offense.
And for their crimes shall they be punished. Such is the law. To dwell in darkness that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these our swords we swear.
How dare you speak those words? Have you no honor?
Clive.
This won't take long.
You'll pay. Alright, we're gonna take care of these idiots, these absolute garbage pieces of you know what. And that one in particular can die quickly. There. Do this. Get electrocuted. And it's set on fire. Boom! Get the hell out of here. Getting some decent, really decent ability points, by the way, from this.
Is that all of them?
I think so.
Man, so sad. Literally, people who just want to be treated like equals. People who don't deserve that kind of treatment. Treated exactly how... Ugh.
I didn't see the abbot. He may still be alive.
Found her.
The abbot.
The bearers died protecting him. Calling upon what little magic they had left in their bodies.
Clive. He's breathing.
We're friends of Martha. We're here to help.
Are the Imperials dead?
They are. Every last one.
If only that were true. The Black Shields will return. The cullings will continue. Rosaria will never be saved unless we save her. Tell Matt to beg Sid's aid and tell her this wasn't her fault.
I shall.
Sid! Where are you? Sid!
In here! We found a survivor!
Clive. He's gone.
We've laid the abbot to rest, but the bearers, they didn't need to die like this.
No, they didn't. But it was their choice. They knew the fate that awaited them and chose to meet it on their terms, fighting for those who fought for them.
Martha said they rose from their beds, threw themselves at the Imperials so she and the abbot could escape.
I've gathered the bearers' remains. We should consign them to the tide.
There's a drawbridge not far from here. Radix Jump. The currents there are swift. If the abbot was still with us, he'd have taken the dust there himself and performed the casting. I'll get someone to...
I'll do it.
Of course. Cole and I will remain here and see to the Imperials.
Alright, well, at the end of the day, might as well put these poor souls to rest. And just like the abbot said the last time we saw him, at least in this Let's Play, and in our story that we've seen, hopefully they find the happiness denied to them in this life. 'Cause, yeah. As if the Empire couldn't get any more unbearable. Now we have to deal with this. It's disgusting, honestly. And this gloomy atmosphere only proceeds to add to that. You know. And what the heck? Alrighty. These guys are tough. So, notorious marks. Every now and then, Clive may encounter creatures larger, faster, and more ferocious than most. While flight is always an option, defeating these notorious marks can earn them not only renown, but also rare materials like music, recraft new gear, or upgrade existing items. You guys were wondering what Nectar, the Moogle that we ended up, seeing, what his whole purpose was? This is the purpose. He tells you where these notorious marks are around, right? He gives you clues to where they are. And what I will tell you right now is that for these notorious marks, you definitely want to beat all these guys, because you get some really good gear, get some really good experience, but I will forewarn you, they are essentially bosses. They have like mini boss health bars, but they are essentially like bosses. There's one in particular I can think of that is more or less a boss in and of itself, even stronger than just the regular notorious mark. So get ready for a fight when you're here, because these guys are tough.
The thing has spotted us, Google. What am I saying? Of course it has. It's a floating eyeball.
Oh boy, here we go. Oh boy, what's that? Oh boy. Get out of there. Alright, very nice. Alright, we'll just keep it moving here, see if we... Oh, alright. Just gonna do this. Very nice. And we'll pull it down here. Very nice. Alright, we'll hit with gouge. Alright, we're gonna do a strength tonic here. This is what I talk about. Watch this. This, and then this, and then this. And then do this, and then this. And you can see how much damage we are able to do. Look at all that damage, dude. Alright, let's see what he does here. Oh, crap. We gotta get out, get out. Oh, ow, that hurt. Whoop. Nice. Okay. Oh, I missed. Watch out. Ow, ow, that hurt. Come on. Oh, wait, what? Did it? Oh my god, it reset because we walked out. Jesus Christ. Alright, this is gonna suck. Alrighty, we're back to where he was before. Okay, now we're okay. Make sure to not go out of that stupid green circle. That was my fault for doing that. There we go, very nice. Then we can do this again. We're not going to get as much damage off this time. Alright. Very nice. Pull him down. Very good. Yeah, just try and stagger him here. Alright. Very nice. And maybe that. There we go. Very nice. Okay, so that was the easiest one of them all. That was our introduction to them. Part of the reason that they make us go this way is because you get introduced to those notorious marks by fighting this guy. But yeah, like I told you, they have like, you know, mini boss health bars, but they certainly have boss like abilities and boss like fights. So be ready.
You didn't see that coming.
Alrighty, that wasn't too bad. It was a little tough. We had to use a potion or so, but obviously just trying to get used to the fight once again. It's been a minute since I fought that guy, but time to get on with what we're actually here to do, and that is to give these...
The bridge. So shall the waters cleanse thee of thy burden, and bear it out to sea.
And now they are truly free.
I hope so. What of the Imperials?
A pyre was made. It's more than they deserve. We should go back. Cole is worried about Martha.
All right.
We're best off staying where we are for now, I reckon. The boys from the garrison might still be nearby.
Found her. I'd rather not bump into them again.
No one survived then?
I'm sorry. Before he passed, one of them bade me tell you not to blame yourself.
Doesn't mean I won't. Doesn't mean their blood's not on my hands. Cole said you cast their remains. That was good of you. But it should have been me. This was all my fault.
How? You couldn't have known.
But I did. And I turned a deaf ear to the warnings like the fool I am. The rumors started moons ago. Of black-clad devils descending on villages in the dead of night to slit the throats of sleeping bearers. But I assumed it was all just nonsense concocted by the Empire. Nothing but a ghost story meant to make folk think twice about lending a hand to a fugitive bearer.
And in ordinary times you would have been right. What these Black Shields are doing is unthinkable. Which begs the question, why do it at all? My mother obviously has a hand in this. I cannot make sense of her actions.
And picking what goes on in that woman's head is a job for someone with more time on their hands. Right now, I need swords and men to wield them, preferably big ones. If those Imperials think they can come in here again and threaten my people, they're in for a rude awakening. Oh, before I forget, a Stolas from Otto landed just before you arrived. He asked me to tell you that Gav has returned.
Then we must as well. Will you be all right here, Martha?
We can stay longer if you wish.
No need. I'll be ready should the Imperials come calling. Though I wouldn't turn my nose up if you were to lend me a pair of them strapping young curse breakers.
Absolutely. Now, just like Martha said, I wish we could find out what's going on in our mom's head, but of course, all those years ago, she already lost her mind, so probably has just lost her mind even more these days. Alrighty, at least the mood here isn't as despondent as it was before. What I'd like to check is there... So obviously we have to return to the hideaway because Gav is there, but let's go and take a look at what the side quest is over here.
We're not to move. No, it'll make it worse.
Oi! You there! Don't just pass me by! You handy with that sword of yours? Course you are. Bet you're a bloody marvel with the thing. Now, question is, are you willing to use it or not? 'Cause a flock of noble chocobos are in need of help.
Chocobos?
You heard me right. Wild birds? Hmm? The big ones? And not just any chocobos at that. Whiteheart and her flock are the bravest birds you ever did see. They protect travelers round these parts from bandits and the like.
Chocobos? Fighting bandits?
It's true. Why, they saved me from a gang of footpads only yesterday. Nasty lot they were too. And now they're back, looking to settle the score. Well, go on then. Don't just stand there. Go and help them.
All right.
There's a good lad.
Where can I find these chocobos?
I saw him cut across the way over yonder. The rotten scoundrels were driving the poor things towards the old dock. It's a dead end, that is. You save Whiteheart and her flock, you hear me? There ain't a pluckier bird in all the world. She's a hero to us locals. And don't worry, you'll know her when you see her right enough.
I'm sure I will.
And good luck to you. And give those no-good bastards a hiding from me.
So, remember how I told you that there's side quests that I will not cut out because of how kind of important they can be? This is one of those side quests. I would absolutely more than recommend you do this one. And you'll find out why very soon. But you remember how we ended up running into this area before and I was like, oh, I'm an idiot. I went the wrong way when we were supposed to go towards Eastpool. This is the area that now we can go to that actually has a reason for us to go this way. In that stupid episode where I literally just ran back here thinking this is the way to Eastpool.
That's quite a name for a chocobo.
And it certainly is. Alright. Let's go and find these chocobos real quick. At the end of the day, I think I'm an animal lover just like most, like a good chunk of people are, and I would like to see wildlife be left alone. Please, leave them alone. Unless they're attacking you, then, you know, in those certain situations. But what are you going to do, right? Like these stupid scorpions.
A white feather. I thought Ambrosia was one of a kind. Speaking of brave birds. Looks like they went that way.
Alrighty, let's keep it moving. Might as well take care of these guys for some extra XP. Not bad at all. Again, extra XP never hurts, I think. Yep, just keep going down this way. You should be good. Just follow the path.
These chocobos aren't going down without a fight.
It looks like we got some dead bandits. Oh boy, looks like there we go.
We got you cornered, Feathers. You didn't think you'd seen the last of us, did you? You've been bad for business. But I reckon someone will pay good coin to mount your head on their wall.
Not around here, they won't.
Oh. And why's that, eh?
Because she's something of a hero in these parts. You hurt her, and I hurt you.
It's or better still, how about we hurt you both?
All right then. But don't say I didn't warn you.
This, and then we do that. Very nice. Boom and boom. Alright. That guy's dead. And that guy should be dead. Very nice. Alright. Very nice finish, too. That was a crazy finish. Alright, got some decent ability points from that. Almost 475.
You're safe now. White Hart, I presume. Do you know her, boy? That scar. It couldn't be. Ambrosia. It is you. You survived. And you found yourself a flock.
Oi! Is it over? I thought I'd come and see how you were getting on. Oh, you sorted the bastards then. I knew you would. And the whole flock made it through unscathed.
Thankfully, they did. And not only that.
Well, I'll be. I never stopped to think our hero here might once have been someone's mound. Though I dare say she'd suit a fine fellow like yourself. Reckon our feathered friend must have learned a thing or two from her master. Kind-hearted warrior that you are. Bird like her would have cost a princely sum. You born a lord or something?
Well,
Oh, no, sorry. I didn't mean to pry. Don't matter who you are. You done right by me.
What is it, girl?
She wants her master back, I reckon. Told you. And it seems her pals agree.
Is that it? You want to come with me?
Well, bugger me if this ain't a heartwarming sight. The lads down the stables will be hearing about this tonight. Oh, stay right where you are. Doesn't she cut an handsome figure, eh?
She does indeed. How much do I owe you?
Ah, a few scraps of leather's the very least I owe old Whiteheart. Oh, I'll be sad to see her go, of course. But she's earned her right to happiness and more besides. Don't you worry, we'll get along just fine without her. You hear that, Whiteheart? You've earned yourself some time off. You have fun traveling with your master now. You seem awful familiar now I get a proper look at you. That's it. When those chocobos swarmed my cart on the road, didn't you? No, that can't be right. That fellow was a bearer.
Must have been my double.
Oh, must have been, eh? Oh, that'll be the excitement getting to me. Silly sod that I am. Pay me no mind. Anyhow, best be on my way. Good luck to the both of you.
You take care of your flock for now. I'll call you when I need you.
So yes, guys, the reason I say to complete this quest, we are reunited with our lovely Ambrosia, who saved us from a falling rock at Phoenix Gate 18 years ago, and she's still kicking around. How absolutely incredible of a side quest this is. And so Clive really wasn't lying. So what they'll show you here, we leveled up to level 26 by the way, which is really nice. Obviously got her tack, or essentially her saddle. So take a look at this. Chocobo unlocked. So now, after 18 long years, Clive has finally been reunited with his faithful steed. Hold R1 in the field to summon Ambrosia, and A to mount the Chocobo. So, watch this.
Faster.
And now we can ride Ambrosia literally basically wherever, which is really, really cool. And then we stop with left trigger, but very nice. It feels so good. This was one thing when I was playing through the game for the first time that I genuinely did not expect. But really, really cool that they allow you to do this. And if you look closely, I'll do something too real quick. Watch this. I think this is how this goes, right? Yep. Jill has her own Chocobo as well. So really, really cool. So very, very nice little detail there that Jill gets her own Chocobo. And I believe any other party members that you have with you will also get their own Chocobos. But like we said earlier, Gav is back at the hideaway, and since he sent us that letter, and since he's back, we might as well go talk to him, right? So let's go and do so.
Where's Gav?
I hear there's trouble in Rosaria.
Real quick, but actually before we talk to Gav, I'd like to show you something.
It's alright to touch him.
I don't know. You go first.
The kid's playing with Torgal. But take a look at this. You remember I was saying that little area adds, little items of significance throughout the game? Well, take a look at this. Now when we look at the Wall of Memories, guess whose little tack is there? Ambrosia's. So very, very cool. So you can see a saddle and blinders crafted specifically for Clive's childhood Chocobo Ambrosia. Even after being separated from her master, the noble steed served the people of Rosaria in his steed, protecting the defenseless from the merciless just as a good shield should. Taught her well. But yeah, as you can see, it'll add items like this throughout the rest of the game, so you can sort of, see how far you've come. All the things you've done. So, very cool. Looks like we got another missive. Let's take a look real quick, actually. A bird by any other name. And, it's really funny. The guy who we did help treated us like a really, cool dude, Forgive my insistence on writing you these silly letters. With that, we had more time to speak to each other in person, but for every day we spent together, it feels as though we must suffer another two apart. I am gladdened to hear of your most unexpected reunion with Ambrosia, or should I say Whiteheart. You told me once how your Chocobo sacrificed herself to protect you that night at Phoenix Gate. And here, so many years later, you find that she has spent her life doing that exact same thing, defending others. Some things never change, do they, Clive? They really don't. Shows you how much Clive has an effect on those he surrounds himself with. But with that all out of the way, we actually might want to speak to Karen here real quick.
Well, don't just stand
Let me
there.
buy potions real quick. I know we're stalling, but I really would like to buy these real quick since it's on the way anyway. So that
A better price than
and
that.
that.
Is that all?
Alrighty, Gav, what's up?
Ah, Clive! Oh, I've missed that scowl.
Where's my report?
What, no kind words for your old pal Gav?
If it's kind words you're after, you're fishing in the wrong barrel. Now sit down, you fool.
So, you remember how quick the Empire was to occupy the Dominion after the fall of Drake's head? And how pissed off all the other nations were that they didn't think to do it first.
Half a century of independence gone at the whim of a madman. So much for their bloody treaty.
Clearly, the promise of unblighted land and the world's supply of crystals was too much for his radiance to resist. And now the Republic's finally decided to follow suit, using liberation as an excuse to declare war on Sambrek. Lined up right outside the Dominion's gates as we speak, looking to starve the Imperials into submission.
And now all eyes are on the Strait of Author.
While the two nations beat their shields, the rest sharpen their daggers, ready to set upon the war-weary victor. They'll never see us coming. It's time we moved on the mother crystals. Four mother crystals remain in Storm and Ash. Drake's Breath near Ironhome. Drake's Fang in Dhalmekia. Drake's Spine in Waloed. And Drake's Tail here in the Crystalline Dominion.
With the bulk of the Republican army marching to Twinside, Drake's Fang will be left exposed.
That is exactly the move Kupka would anticipate. And if there is anything these past 5 years have taught us, is that he loves his traps. There is one place, however, where nobody will be expecting us to go.
Drake's Breath.
There's a shitload of sea between us and it, and I've never been much of a swimmer.
I have an acquaintance in Port Isolde who may be able to help.
Who's that then?
My uncle, Byron Rossfield.
Lord Byron Rossfield of the Seven High Houses, the trade magnate with holdings in over 100 cities. Wait, Rossfield. And you're a Rossfield, of course.
My uncle's name gave him his start in the world, but it was his acumen which earned him his fortune. Along with a handsome fleet of ships.
Well, it's settled then. What are we waiting for, eh? Huh?
Alrighty, so the following hideaway facilities are now available: Alien Reports, the Patron's Whisper, and the Hunt Board. All three are located near Otto and the Mess, so we'll go check these out real quick. After completing side quests available through the Alien Reports or defeating Notorious Marshfound on the Hunt Board, will earn Clive renown, inspiring nameless benefactors from across the Twins to donate money or items to Clive's cause. Visit Desiree at the Patron's Whisper in the Hideaway's Mess to view current renown level and accept any donations available. So, let's go and take a look at these real quick before we end off the episode, because these are pretty important going forward to complete your side quests as well as to get some nice ability points and items and whatnot. So I would highly recommend you go and take a look. Obviously we have some other stuff to do, but the main thing is let's go and take a look at the
waiting for indeed.
I hear there's trouble in Rosaria.
Let's go into the Mess. Alright, let's go talk to Nectar now that he can let us talk to him. Come here, buddy. Alright, what do you got for us?
What's the matter, Nectar?
The Hunt Board? It's where the Cursebreakers post sightings of particularly fearsome beasts. Those that might pose a threat to our operations if they were left to roam free. Just because they can't be dealt with when they're spotted, doesn't mean they can't be dealt with later. Was that what you wanted to know? Right. Well, leaving your mightiness aside for the moment, the people of Valisthea are going through a lot already. What with the Blight and the war, the last thing they need is ungodly fiends terrorizing them on top of everything else. So if the Cursebreakers are too busy to help, then perhaps I can. Or at least I can try.
Alrighty, so when we view the hunt board, we already took care of the hunt board reports of fiends terrorizing the countryside, and so we already took care of Ahriman, and then we have the Angel of Death and Belphegor. So what we're going to be doing is, in the next episodes, we're going to be taking these guys on. Now, the way I ended up doing this when I was playing through the actual game is I actually was looking up their locations online, because it just made it easier. Obviously, they tell you the locations, but the actual specific location sometimes is a pain in the nuts to find. So what I'll do is the IGN articles that I look up, and I know whether IGN is super trustworthy, especially with reviews and whatnot. You know, they don't have a good reputation. 7.8 out of 10, too much water, right? But regardless, I'll be linking those articles in the description, because those are actually very helpful articles to be able to find where these guys are, because sometimes it can just get frustrating and tedious. I understand it's kind of dumb. Oh, you should go out in the world and find them on your own, but it's really tedious some of these times, so better to do that than waste your time just roaming around mindlessly and aimlessly, right? So we'll be doing those next episode. But the other thing we'd like to do before we do this is go and take a look at these, so the alien reports.
Fancy a look at the list, do you?
So, we have nothing to complete, which is very nice here, but let's talk about that renown.
Oh, Clive, welcome to the Patron's Whisper.
The Patron's Whisper? Does that mean someone else is taking care of our friend's donations?
Oh no, that's still me. It's just Karen has her toll, Blackthorn has his hammer. I thought a new name might liven things up. I still catalogue every item that arrives, in addition to setting aside those tokens of appreciation the sender has specified are to be presented to you personally. Would you like to see if we have any?
Alright, let's take a look.
Is everything we've received and everything promised?
Yep, so completing side quests or defeating notorious marks. Warren Clive Renown, inspiring nameless benefactors. We already said this. To view Renown level, Renown is not used upon accepting donations and never diminished. So it's essentially like a reputation like level, right? So, we got some Valley Matter. We got basically a lot of stuff here. This is why I highly recommend you do all the side quests, and you also, besides the actual story part, and you do all of the notorious marks, because you get stuff. Look at that, 400 ability points. That's insane for just defeating that guy. That's crazy.
You earned this.
And then look at this, we get even meteorites, you get crafting materials, you can get some crazy stuff, dude. Like, look at that, Berserker Ring is really, really awesome. I'll show you what that does in the future. But you guys get what I'm saying. So, we go to our ability points. Let's go and level up some abilities real quick, too, before we even move on to completing the other side quests that we have. Abilities. Let's go and take a look. So we have 873 ability points. I think the best thing to do is probably... I kind of like to level up Pile Drive. Yeah, it's a lot of ability points. And then we'll probably end up leveling up Rising Flames maybe after that. But for now, with that all out of the way, we ended up putting the, we went to Martha's Rest, we went to Sorrowwise Bay, and unfortunately, you know, everyone very sadly passed away and was killed by the ridiculous Empire. But we were able to take a little bit of revenge on them for those who killed them, put their remains to rest, and on top of that, we were able to be reunited with Ambrosia as well as Gav. And Gav has told us now that since the, you know, Empire of Dhalmekia's armies will be moving towards the center of the world, that we might as well go to Dhalmekia to get rid of Drake's Fang, but we decided to go to Drake's Breath instead. And so, to head to Drake's Breath, we need to obviously meet up with Clive's uncle, Byron Rossfield, in Port Isolde, and so that is what we are going to do. So next time on Final Fantasy XVI, we'll be completing the Notorious Marks and beating them that we can, completing the one side quest that we have access to here, as well as heading to Port Isolde to meet up with our uncle. So I hope you guys look forward to that. So I thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video. Please like, comment, rate, and subscribe, and share this video with your friends. Also follow me on the socials. Those will be linked in the description below. And with that, guys, once again, again, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this episode, and I'll catch you on the next one. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Peace.
High ambitions and the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off from a break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft. You can change lives. You create.